Hey guys, it's Kane. I know it's the middle of the night. You guys can see it just turned 12:31 in the morning. Actually, it's later than that technically because daylight savings time starts at 2 a.m. So, it's actually 1:31 if you count daylight savings time. Anyway, I'm just about to head to bed. But I wanted to give you guys a little update. Just a short update. I managed to get my Windows Vista computer back up and running. After not using it for over a month and a half. And the Windows Vista machine the laptop that I've got has a very crappy battery. And I should have expected that because that computer is from 2008. And the other thing is that when I turn it on, turn the actual system on, it says time and date not set. It shows the black screen with the pixelated text or whatever. It says time and date not set, press F2 to enter setup mode or whatever. So I just ignore that. The only thing with that is the time on the machine is going to be wrong every time I turn it on. So it'll say February 4th, 2008 at 12 a.m. every time I turn it on. Which, it's not a big deal. The main thing I'm using it for right now is I just got the Bop It Download software back up on that computer because on my Windows 11 desktop that I've got over there, the screen is still on. The Bop It Download software doesn't work on Windows 11. I know that for a fact. It always says, download, please reinstall from playbopit.com or whatever. And it's like, yeah, there's a problem there. So what I discovered is that the Bop It Download software is supposed to be for Windows XP, which it was on my other system, and the thing with my Windows XP system is I don't have a working monitor. The monitor that I used for my Windows XP machine all of a sudden it works. It turns on. But the connection between the tower and the monitor, the VGA cable, doesn't work. And which is weird because I've had that VGA cable for years and it's worked fine. And it's worked before. I don't know if I'm inserting it wrong or what it is. But I do have another VGA cable that I bought at a thrift store a couple weeks ago. So I'll have to check that out. But now I can actually use the Bop It Download software on my Windows Vista, and it does work on Windows Vista. If you guys still have Windows XP, awesome. If you have Windows Vista, that's not bad either. Windows 7 and above, I don't think it'll work. In fact, I think I tried the Bop It Download software on my dad's Windows 7 and it didn't work. Especially don't do it on Windows 10 because I don't remember if it was that file or if it was another file that I put on my mom's computer. I think it was the Bop It Ultimate knockoff software that people who are blind usually play or whatever. That gave my mom's computer viruses. So, and that was kind of scary because my mom uses that computer for photography and she had thousands of photos on her computer that she didn't want lost. So it's Yeah, it was scary stuff. But it was literally like eating my mom's computer alive, basically. And I don't remember what kind of virus it was called. It was like it started with an H, but I don't remember what it was called. It was like a I don't know, virus. It's some weird name, but I know it started with an H and it's got some weird name. But it was a pretty bad virus. I'll tell you that. It's one of the higher, more attacking viruses. Not as bad as a Trojan virus, which is like ultimate destruction, but this was up there. And the virus that was on that computer, the H virus, I'm just going to call it the H virus. That H virus basically destroyed security settings. So, if you don't know much about computers, each virus has a certain amount of damage that it causes. And the H virus here actually destroyed the computer's firewall and security settings. So that was kind of scary. Especially because my mom's got a whole bunch of, like I said, she had thousands of photos on there. And this was like 2.5 years ago, 3.5 years ago. So, I mean, it's been a long time. Actually, maybe it was 2019. I don't remember. Anyway, the point is, I got the Bop It download software on my Windows Vista. I managed to get the Bop It download software off my Windows 11 because I had downloaded it from the internet. I downloaded it from the Internet Archive. And I put a flash drive in my Windows 11, which is actually a school flash drive. I use that for my school projects. But, I mean, just one folder is not going to hurt anything. So I put the Bop It download setup software on there, on that flash drive, and all the sound packs that I personally have from the Electronic Game Hub. And so yeah, I ended up using, and here's the weird thing. The main thing with installing it on Windows, in older Windows like XP or Vista, is that it installs a special driver to connect to your Bop It download and make it compatible. When I installed the software on my Windows 11, it didn't say anything about a driver. And when I installed on my Windows Vista here, it did install the driver, and it said the driver was not authorized or whatever, but it's like, it's a driver. And that computer that I've got, the Windows Vista that I have, doesn't have internet anyway. And even with the wireless adapter that I use on my Windows 11, that doesn't even work on my Windows Vista. And my Windows 11 system, it doesn't have Wi-Fi naturally. It has Ethernet, which I think is kind of stupid. But with this Wi-Fi adapter that I've got, I managed to get Wi-Fi from the college, like the campus Wi-Fi, the dorm college Wi-Fi, linked to, like, I connected to that Wi-Fi network using that adapter, and it works great. So, and the Wi-Fi is surprisingly fast. Like, I remember when I was at the summer dorm this last summer, the Wi-Fi was absolute shit. It was not good. That Wi-Fi, like, when I was on a Discord call, it cut out, like, I think it was like every hour and a half, if my guessing was right. it like cut off every hour and a half and it had to reconnect itself. It drove me nuts. And the dorm room that I have here, I'm just glad that wireless adapter works really fast, because I think it can go up to 5 gigahertz, which is actually really powerful. Because there's a 2.4, I think it's 2.4 gigahertz, and then 5 gigahertz, which though two different types of Wi-Fi frequency, I think, or intensity or something like that. Anyway, so I got the Bop It download software on, and spring break is this week here. If you're wondering why I'm still at the dorm right now, it's in the middle of the night, Sunday morning, technically. It's because we have snow again. We have blizzard conditions, no travel advisories, all across the state of North Dakota. And when my dad was coming to pick me up, he was actually going to come pick me up Thursday night instead of Friday night, because we just wanted to avoid the blizzard that we were going to have. And I ended up skipping class Friday morning. But my dad was on the road for like an hour, and he hadn't even gotten past he hadn't even gotten past the big city that our house is close to. Our house isn't in the city, I'll tell you that right now. But it is like 20 minutes from a bigger city. So our house is in the country, which is kind of nice. But anyway, my dad was driving on the interstate, which for those of you who are in the UK, because I was talking to one of my friends in the UK, she had no idea what the interstate was. It's like a multi-lane freeway. How's that? The interstate is basically 2 separate roads. One can go this way, one can go the other way, one can go this way, one can go the other way. They call it the interstate. I don't know why they call it the interstate, but you can go like 75, 80 miles an hour on the interstate, which is kind of nice if you're like really traveling, or if you're a truck driver, like semi-trucks. It's kind of nice to like actually just like speed through just to get where you're going. Anyway, my dad was on the interstate, and the interstate was solid ice. Like solid ice. And my dad was on the road for an hour, driving only like 20 miles an hour. And that was like, it was just not safe. So he had to turn back. And so I'm stuck at the dorm until at least this afternoon. Because blizzard conditions are supposed to be over by at least this afternoon. I don't know if it's going to be this afternoon or tomorrow that I can actually get the hell out of here for spring break. Because I'm literally just about the only one in the entire dorm hall right now. There's one guy I know who is also trapped here because of the blizzard and unsafe road conditions. But anyway, I know this video is getting long for it being a short update. But above all this, I want you guys to, because I'm going to be home for spring break until next Sunday. So sometime this week, I would like you guys to stay tuned into my YouTube channel here, because I'm going to be making a YouTube video, a new video, using the Bop It download software. And I mean, I already know the answer to this, to my question that I had in the video, or that I'm gonna have in the video. Thanks to one of the guys from the Game Hub, they told me the answer. But I'm gonna show you guys anyway, just for, I guess, informational use. I don't know what you'd call it, but it requires the Bop It download and the software. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching this little update, and I will see you guys either in the morning or whenever. Good night.